Hey y'all, welcome to Laark's Designs. I'm Carla, and in today's episode, we're going to be editing one of my designs in Embrilliance software. Okay, so I'm just going to turn the camera around and let's get started. Okay, so here we have a design that I had created when I first got the Embrilliance software. It is just a stitched file that I'd done, and now I want to take this exact same file and redesign it into an applique, right? Because they just look so much more sharp and crisp, so I want to redo it. One of the first things I'm going to do is resize, because the frame that this was saved in is 100 by 100. And the size that I actually want is 180 by 180. So I'm going to apply it and change it. One of the things I really like about the Embrilliance software is I really don't do much of the actual stitching, counting, all of that. The software kind of really does it for me. So yeah, it's actually pretty nice, pretty easy to use, and pretty user friendly. So I've been using it for a few months now, and it's been pretty okay, pretty good, right? It is taking quite a bit of time because it said it was 17,000 stitches. Now that I'm making it bigger, it's saying it's now 26,000, over 26,000 stitches. So yeah, I'm just making it bigger. So what I want to use is this here, the actual blue, and I want to change it into an applique. So I'm going to change it down to a satin stitch. All right. And I like it. I like it a lot. I like to pull it out to see what it's going to look like. So this here, I noticed the blue outline here. I'm going to have to pull it back in. And those were there because there's actually a hole. So if I take this, see there's a hole there. And I really don't want the holes there. I'm okay with it being a hole. I'm okay with it, the fabric covering the whole thing, and then we have those patches on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the blue puppy outline, and I'm going to separate the holes. So now that the holes are separated, I now have to go over and delete all of these extra lines. And and just delete. And so now when I click on it, it's not there. All right. And it's just perfect. So I'm going to pull this up, and I notice that this here is too over. I don't want it so far into the stitches. I want it just right on top, right beside it, I should say. Just same as this one here. I'm not too fond of it being so close, so I have to find over here which blob it is. It looks like this one right here. So I'm just going to move it over a tad bit, and still on top. So we're going to move it over a bit. There we go. And this one here, same thing. Just move it, oopsie, up and a little bit over. I don't like the fact that this is so far over, so I'm going to First move this out of the way so I can see this and pull it in just a little bit so that way it's not overlapping the stitch too much. And then with this one here, make it a little tiny bit smaller. See how much it's over top of his outline up here? I'm not really loving that. So I'm just pulling it in so that way it's not fully covering it. Just a little bit. All right. I'm really not loving this right here. So I'm just going to move this up a little bit. Still not the way I would like it to be, so I'm just gonna use the handles. There we go. There we go. And then this one here, same thing. I'm just gonna delete that one. There we go. I like that better. And you're probably thinking, okay, Carla, that's really not that serious. I know, but when customers are ordering things from me, I like to make sure they're getting the best of my abilities. So therefore, I'm okay with taking the extra time to making sure that these are perfect. I know. All right, so then let's go down, and the reason why we actually have to fix these ones is because we changed it from just fill to an applique. It was perfectly fine the way it was. There's nothing wrong with it, but I prefer to have things a certain way. Oh, I'm just going to select all of these. And if I hold shift down, it will keep it centered and bring it in a little bit so that way the paw print is actually inside of his paw, and her paw, sorry, because Blue Puppy is a girl. And there we go, inside. And then this is the last one. I'm going to hold down shift and bring it in a little bit and move it over a bit. And we're good to go. I do need to move it down a little bit. There we go. And the child's name is not Declan. The child that this one is going for, his name is Amani. Now, so we're going to take the name and we're going to delete it. And then we're just going to type in using my own fonts, not the fonts in the system. And I noticed it said column up here. So let's see. Oops. I did a boo-boo. I shouldn't have pressed enter. All right, so no, I don't think that there is a, why does it keep going enter? All right, so let's try this one more time. Oh. All right, so let's take this off. I'm going to start at the top because I'm looking for a particular font. And I don't know if I'm going to find it. Oh, I know why it said column. I'm looking for particular fonts. I don't know what font I want, but I know I'll see it. I like it. I'll know what it is when I see it. And that's one of the problems. Oh, I need to take that off and start at the top again. That's one of the problems with my designs. I have to write down on a separate sheet of paper what font I use when I'm using my own font collection. Because it doesn't tell me, once I'm done, it doesn't tell me what font it was that I used. Right? So that's one of the things that the drawbacks of using the font inside your own machine versus if I was to use these fonts up here that are built in, then I would know. But you know, I'm okay with not knowing and going through this all the time because at the end of the day, I feel I get a better variety of fonts when I use the ones from my machine. And I'm going to use this font because I like it. I like it a lot. And then I'm going to choose fill. Okay. I'm going to move this A over not the A, the N. The N, the dot, and the I. I'm going to move it over a tad bit. There we go. All right, and let's see. I'm going to do travel edge, and I'm going to inset just a little bit down. Did you notice the jump stitch here? So that was the reason why I wanted to bring it down a little bit. I'm going to move this over a touch, just a touch. There we go. And I'm going to change the color of this to the blue of the paw print. So these are the colors that are in it already. So I'm going to use this one. All right, and that is my design. Let me zoom it so that way it's in the hoop. And I am done. I will show you what this is actually going to be on a bib for an infant. So I'm going to show you what it looks like when it's all done. But for now, we've got the design all set and ready to go. All right,